once you change your approach, you're gonna want to get in the gym. So yeah, changing your approach and changing your mentality, going into any workout or any practice, yeah, that definitely is important as well. I mean, yeah, of course it was exciting. I mean, we've been here since July and we've been working out, but we really didn't know if we were gonna have a season or not. So when we found out, it was like sort of a relief because like the season got cut short last year. So of course we want to have a season. Now we don't know if we're gonna have like fans or whatever, but it doesn't even matter at this point. We're just happy that we're having this season. The rules have loosened a little bit. Of course we still have to wear our mask when we lift. We have to wear our mask. We have to wear our mask everywhere around the building as long as we're on the court. If we're on the court, we don't have to wear it. But it's a lot easier to practice with the whole team rather than the pods. Because when we had the pods, we couldn't even intermingle in the apartments. So like we get to hang out with each other in the apartments. It's just a lot more fun that way. It was the worst season of basketball that I've ever played in my life.
Wow.
Yeah. The stats might not show that, but just mentally and where I was at, I was not in a good place. I know I keep myself at a high standard. Like I have high expectations for myself, and I did not meet those expectations last year. And especially coming off my freshman year, like I had a dang good freshman year. So coming into my sophomore year, it's like, okay, like got to keep it pushing, got to keep moving forward. And I think I took 2-3 steps backwards. So during the quarantine, I had to do some self-evaluating and put in a lot of work to get myself back to where I want to be. My confidence was at an all-time low last year. And that was just like I had to grow up. Like things weren't going my way, so I kind of gave up on myself instead of being mature about it and fighting through it, not giving up. So that's one way that I changed my mentality. I've made a promise to myself that I will never give up and I'll fight through the ups and downs. So if I'm in a shooting slump, I'm going to put extra work in the gym. That's something that I did not do last year. So that's the biggest difference. No, I could tell in practice it has slowed down just because I know the ropes now. It's not a million things going on in my mind. Like I know the plays already. I'm 2 steps ahead of like where the freshmen are. So the biggest thing is I just better communicating because that's something that I've struggled with. So growing into my leadership role, I've had to communicate a lot. Like I've had to get used to that just to help the freshmen. I mean, there's 6 of them and they have no idea what they're doing. So that's the biggest thing that I've had to change for real. I love E. She's like the mom on the team. She's really good. She's an encourager, and she sees the floor really well. I think we have a lot of people on our team that, like, I think UConn team, like, regularly we drive and kick. I don't think we really did that last year as much as, like, the normal UConn team does, but I think we're getting back to that, and her and Paige do a really good job at that, and Nika too. So it's really good playing with E. Because as a freshman, you don't know anything. And when I was a freshman, like, they really, like, talked to me and, like, walked me through things, like, stuff that I didn't know. So that's what I'm trying to do. Well, that's what we are trying to do with the freshmen now. So, yeah, freshmen, you're here. Like, this is your first time playing at UConn. You don't know a lot of stuff. You don't know the plays or anything. So, yeah, you have to be patient with them, but I mean they'll get better. Yeah. Piaf has definitely gotten out of her shell. She's a little quiet at first, like off the court, but she's very grown into her personality. And Paige has already had a bright personality. Paige is really good on the court. She sees the floor really well. Her passes are amazing, and she's a very consistent shooter. So she's a special. Piaf has a lot of work to do. Just, like some things she didn't know coming in as a post player, like certain footwork and stuff. So she's been working with CD. And she's going to be good. She's been watching Liv. Liv has been a great example for her. Yeah, those two have been great. Just getting my shot like as consistent as I want it to be. That's the main focus right now. But everything else has pretty much slowed down, and of course, working on my defense as well, because y'all know I've struggled with that. But yeah, that's my main focus right now. Is a she's one of those hard nosed competitors in anything. So if you have one of those on your team, it's gonna spread like wildfire. Um, so everybody is competitive, really. Anything that we do is a fight, and it hasn't really been that way necessarily the past couple years. So that is a difference. But I love it because I'm a competitor. So it's been great. Yeah, it is. It's special. Because I didn't know what to expect for real from the six freshmen. So that was really good to see them be as competitive as they are.